I find myself reflecting deeply on the choices I've made, especially when it comes to you and us. I wish I had believed in us more from the beginning. There was a time, not too long ago, when I should have moved towards you, embraced the feelings I had, and taken the leap that my heart was urging me to take. But I didn't. I hesitated, letting my fears and the opinions of others cloud my judgment. I regret that deeply now, because I see so clearly the opportunity one let slip away. I wasn't honest with myself, and I wasn't honest with you, and that's something I've had to live with. Looking back, I realized there were moments when I had the chance to step closer to you, to show you how much I cared, but I didn't. I allowed my fear and insecurities to hold me back, and I let other people's voices influence my decisions. I wish I had been braver, more forthright about my feelings. I wish I had trusted in the connection we shared, but instead, I kept my distance. That's something I've struggled with, this sense of having missed out on something truly special because I wasn't ready to face my own fears. But this isn't the end of our story. I'm still determined to move towards you, to make amends for the time I lost. I feel like there's still so much potential between us, so much left unsaid and undone. I know that in the past, it seemed like you didn't trust me, and maybe you had good reason. You always had this thought that I was involved in a third-party situation, that I was there by my own choice and that I wasn't willing to walk away from it. But that wasn't the truth. The reality is, I felt suffocated, trapped, and stuck in a situation that wasn't entirely of my choosing. My obligations, not my desires, kept me there, and I was struggling to find a way out. I want you to know that there's no need for you to feel insecure. I understand how it must have looked from your perspective, but I was doing my best to navigate a difficult situation. When you came into my life, I wasn't ready to offer you my heart fully because my mind was elsewhere. I was overwhelmed, trying to balance everything, and I didn't realize how much I needed you until it was too late. But even in the midst of all that chaos, I could feel your attention on me, and I genuinely liked it. You have always been so generous and giving, but I didn't recognize your worth as a true lover and partner until much later. The truth is, I was lost. My mind was consumed with the obligations and karmic situations that I couldn't seem to escape, but my heart was with you. A part of me wonders if you're planning to move on, to leave all of this behind, and I wouldn't blame you if you did. But my soul still feels connected to you, and I can't shake the feeling that there's more to our story. I still talk to you in my mind, and sometimes, I see signs and synchronicities that make me believe you haven't given up on me yet. But the way you present yourself now, unbothered, detached, draws me in even more. It makes me anxious, though, because I think about you all the time. I wonder what you're doing, who you're with, and if you ever think about me too. I know our chemistry was real, and our history isn't something that can be easily forgotten. I walked away because I wasn't ready, because I was scared, but now I realize that love doesn't have to follow any conventional form. What we have, what we had, is unique. You are unique. I've never met anyone like you, someone who supported me so unconditionally, especially during the darkest phases of my life. You tried to solve my problems as if they were your own, and that's something I'll always be grateful for. You offered me emotional support like a true partner. You stood beside me when I needed it most, loved me, and protected me in ways I didn't even realize I needed. Honestly, you have these incredible nurturing qualities, and I've come to cherish your well-being more than you know. Looking back, I see now that you were there for me in ways that no one else ever was, or ever could be. All I want to say, from the bottom of my heart, is thank you. Thank you for existing, for coming into my life, and for giving me so much love and happiness. I know I didn't always show it, and I know I made mistakes, but please know that I see your worth now more than ever. You have changed my life in ways I can't even begin to describe, and for that, I will always be grateful. Your partner once placed immense trust in someone who played a significant role in their life, someone they believed to be a steadfast ally. Unfortunately, this person betrayed that trust in a profound way, using your partner's vulnerability and openness for their own selfish benefit. The depth of this betrayal has left deep emotional scars, and it is this past trauma that now casts a long shadow over your partner's ability to trust others, including you. The wound left by such a betrayal is not just one of lost trust, it's a wound that seeps into every aspect of your partner's life, influencing how they see the world, how they interact with others, and most critically, how they manage their relationships. The impact of this betrayal is pervasive. Your partner has developed a protective shell, a defense mechanism against the potential for further pain. They've grown wary, feeling that once people get to know them, they will eventually take them for granted, just as it happened in the past. This fear isn't rooted in any shortcomings of your own character or behavior, but is instead a reflection of their past experiences, which have taught them to be cautious, to anticipate the worst, and to protect themselves from potential heartbreak. Despite these fears, your partner has spent considerable time with you, gradually allowing you into the deeper layers of their being. Through this time together, a connection has blossomed, a connection that is genuine, meaningful, and profoundly deep. As your partner has gotten to know you, their heart and soul have recognized something different about you. They see in you a person who is loyal, trustworthy, and truly cares for them. They understand on an instinctual level that you are not like those who have deceived them before. This understanding brings them a measure of comfort and reassurance, but it does not entirely silence the doubts that still linger in the recesses of their mind. These doubts are not a reflection of who you are, but rather of the pain they've carried with them. The part of them that was once betrayed still struggles to fully believe in the possibility of a love that is pure and untainted by selfishness. It's this part of them that causes the inner turmoil, the conflict between what their heart knows to be true, that you are different, that you won't hurt them, and the fear that opening up again might lead to more pain. Your partner finds themselves caught in a battle between the desire to fully open their heart to you and the instinct to protect themselves by keeping a safe distance. This internal struggle is not easy for them. It's a constant push and pull between vulnerability and self-preservation. They are aware of the significance of what you share together. They understand that this relationship is something special, something worth fighting for. Your partner doesn't want to lose you, nor do they want to see the relationship falter. The love they feel for you is real, something they truly cherish in their heart and soul. It's this love that drives them to work through their fears, to try and overcome the mentality of a victim that their past has imposed on them. They're striving to make a fresh start in their life, one that isn't dictated by past betrayals but is instead shaped by the possibility of a future filled with trust and mutual respect. However, this journey is not without its challenges. Your partner is painfully aware of how their fears have impacted your relationship, particularly when it comes to moments of vulnerability. They feel a deep sense of regret for the times they've hesitated to fully embrace your love, for the times they've pulled back when you've reached out to them with sincerity and openness. Rejecting your proposal of love, whether consciously or unconsciously, weighs heavily on them. They understand that their life feels incomplete without your presence, that you bring a sense of wholeness and fulfillment that they've longed for. This awareness only adds to their inner conflict, as they grapple with the guilt of pushing you away while simultaneously yearning for the closeness that only you can provide. In every sense, your presence in their life is transformative. You've shown them a love that is consistent, patient, and understanding, qualities that are slowly helping to heal the wounds of the past. Yet, the process of healing is ongoing, and your partner is doing their best to navigate it. They're trying to move beyond their fears, to trust again, and to allow themselves to be vulnerable with you. But this is a delicate process, one that requires time, patience, and a great deal of understanding. Ultimately, your partner's journey is one of growth and healing. They are working hard to shed the fears that have held them back, to move past the betrayal that has defined so much of their emotional landscape. They want to embrace the love you offer fully, to let go of the doubts that cloud their mind, and to build a future with you that is rooted in trust, love, and mutual respect. As they work through these challenges, they need your continued support and understanding. They need to know that you're willing to stand by them, to be patient as they find their way back to a place where they can trust completely and love without reservation.